All right, hey, what's up, guys? Brandon, Quad City CrossFit. Have Sinan here. Going to be demoing the workout movement standards. First thing we're going to go over is going to be clean and jerk. I'm going to show you all three possible variations of a clean. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have just a simple power clean. Then he's going to show you a split clean, a variation that's acceptable. And finally, I'm going to show you a squat clean. Good. So any of those three variations of the clean are going to be acceptable. Next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to go over shoulder to overhead, the jerk portion of this. So I'm going to bring the barbell to a front rack position. All right, he can strict press from here if that's what he wants to do. He can push press. He could conventional push jerk. Or he could do a split jerk. The only thing that we're looking for, we want to make sure when the barbell's overhead, before the barbell comes down to the shoulder or to the ground, he has to bring his feet back into the same plane. So go ahead and do it real fast where you split jerk and lower the barbell previous to bring your feet together. That would be a no rep. We want the feet in the same plane before we count that rep. That should be all the options we have for the clean and jerk. If there's any other variation that comes up, we would just have you okay that with your judge. All right, now we're going to show you three variations that are acceptable for a snatch. Bar is going to start on the ground, and first thing we're going to show you is a power snatch. Once he's reached extension at the top, show control the barbell. It's a good rep. Next thing we'll show you is going to be a split snatch. As long as the feet come back together before the barbell comes down, it's going to have a good rep. Finally, we're going to show you the squat snatch. Going to stand the barbell up. So control the barbell, your feet back together in the same plane. They started. It's going to be a good rep. Now we're going to have a demonstration of the wall ball shot. We're going to be looking for two things, pretty standard in CrossFit: squat below parallel, and the wall ball needs to touch the target at 10 feet. In this scenario, we have a line in the actual rig that we're going to be using for the competition. There will be an actual 1 foot diameter target that you'll be required to hit. So first we're going to do is Sinan go ahead and show us what squat below parallel looks like. He's going to pick the wall ball up below parallel. He's going to throw it up to the 10 foot target. It makes contact with the target. You notice it's down below parallel, making contact with the target. All good reps. Show me a rep where you not quite touch the target. So if he gets below parallel and the ball doesn't make it to the target, it's going to be no rep, and your judge will let you know why. All right, so what we could be looking at as well is if he doesn't get below parallel and then does touch the target, still a no rep. So Sinan, show us a short rep there. So he's not below parallel. Okay, still touching the target, wouldn't be a rep. Also, if he gets to the proper height, but it actually doesn't touch the target, that is also a no rep. So if you could show us one of those. Okay, obviously the ball's high enough, but he's not touching the target, so the accuracy's off. Those would also be no reps. All right, so we're gonna go over a pull-up. The pull-up standard for this workout is going to be chin up and over bar, okay? So unless you have some tricky variation, butterfly pull-ups will not be accepted. We're looking to go up and over the bar, so we have to break the frontal plane and the vertical plane, rather the horizontal plane of the bar. So Sinan's going to show you a couple of good reps. Judges will be here so they can see well. Okay, arms are going to start long. He's going to kick. Chin's going to go over the plane of the bar and over this plane of the bar as well. So if you were to do a butterfly pull-up, he's getting high enough, but he's not crossing this plane, so that would be a no rep. Okay. All right, so we're going to go over the standards we're going to use for a muscle up. First thing we're going to have is that you're going to be allowed to, the rings will be set at one height for the guy and girl team. The guy will be allowed to assist the girl. There will also be a box sitting there available for the girl to step off to onto the box if the height varies on the rings. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to get into the ring, either jumping or however it works out for you. And then from there, we're going to have to establish, from a hang, we're going to have to establish a locked arm. Okay. We're not going to look for a turned out ring, just a locked arm. So Sinan, go ahead and jump up, please. Elbows are locked, shoulders are extension, everything's good. He can start from there. He doesn't have to turn the ring out. Show me a turn out. If you choose to turn the ring out, that's up to you, but we're not going to require it. So from a locked arm, he's going to do a muscle up using a kip or a strict for him. And then he's going to press out, locking the elbow at the top. Okay, come back down. He goes into a second rep, back to a lock. So a couple of reps. If you could on this one, show me one rep. Go ahead and show me one rep where you do one good one, come back down, keep the arm bent so we can see what that looks like. Okay, so when he came back down for the second rep, he didn't extend the elbow, locked the shoulder out, so that would have been a no rep. One more thing I want to see. Go ahead and do one muscle up. When you press out at the top, don't go to extension, so we're looking for good extension to the top of that ring deck. Okay. So he was quick, trying to get to the top, and didn't get to full extension, so we're going to be looking for that as well. Okay, we're going to go over the standard range of motion for a back squat that we're going to use. Pretty standard CrossFit movement, whether you low bar, high bar, obviously not relevant. What we're looking for is to get the hip crease below parallel, just like we did on the wall ball, and then also get to extension at the top between reps. It's something that's important. So I'm going to pull it off the rack. Squatting down below parallel, extending the hip fully at the top. Okay. One thing we run into, we want to make sure of, if he's going to get below parallel and then miss that extension at the top, it's going to be no rep. Okay. So if you notice, he's straightening his knees and his legs, but we need to get that hip forward. Okay, we're looking for a straight line between your shoulder, your hip, and your ankle at the top. Obviously in a back squat, sometimes people get leaned forward and they miss their depth. So go ahead and show us one of those. Okay. He was leaned forward, he was going deep with the barbell, but his hip crease is not passing below parallel, so that would also be a no rep. Okay. We'll be giving you guys warnings, obviously, to get you back on track. All right, so we're gonna go to the standards of a burpee over the box. All right. What we're looking for is a burpee first, where Sanad's chest is gonna touch the ground. Okay. Then he's going to jump up and over the box, however possible. He does not need to come to hip extension at the top, but he does need to go over the box and fully. He can't go around the side, partially, or anything like that. So first thing, burpee chest to the ground, please. He's going to come up out of the burpee, and jump up onto the box, go over, spin around coming off the box if he wants, and then directly back into a burpee. So that what you saw would have been one round. One thing we're going to be looking for to make sure, we're going to go to the side real fast. One thing we're looking for to make sure of is that your chest touches the ground. When people start to go fast, obviously, they shorten that range of motion. So where his stomach would be on the ground, but his chest would still be up off the ground a little bit. So show us one of those. Okay. This would not be a rep. Okay. His chest isn't on the ground, with your sternum on the ground. So if you go ahead and lower your, show me where we go. So now we're in a good rep position. Okay. We're going to be particular about this. We want to make sure these burpees are good quality burpees. So up from there, you either step up onto the box. That could be interesting at 30 inches, and over. That is acceptable as well. We're just asking you to pass over the box with your entire body. We're going to be going over the range of motion that's going to be standard for the toes to the bar. We're going to be looking for two things. That both feet, somewhere between the toe and the ankle, come into contact with the bar. Okay? They don't have to hit at the exact same time, but they do both have to hit in that rep for it to count. The second thing is we're going to be looking for the feet to pass below the bar. So if you were to shorten range of motion out front, it would be no reps. So we'll show you a couple of good reps here. Would jump up here and show me a few good feet. Okay. So I'm looking at his feet go behind the bar, and both feet are touching the barbell, or pull bar.
Okay.
So, thing that we might be seeing that we're looking for, if you were to get up there, his feet get behind the bar, but then he gets to the top, only 1 foot, or neither of his feet touch the bar, and that would be a no rep as well. So show us one where just 1 foot touches the bar. So if you get a reach, one touches, the other doesn't. Okay, all right. Show me one where one touches earlier than the other. That would be a good rep. Both feet touched. They weren't simultaneous, but they both did touch the bar before he dropped down. So that would be a good rep. Now we're going to look at the option where if you were to not bring his feet back behind the bar, if you were to keep them out front of the bar, then that would be a no rep as well. So if I draw a line down, his feet aren't getting behind the barbell, or behind the pull-up bar, so we have a problem there, that's going to be a no rep as well.